The next part is the conveying equipment. So conveying is the process of transporting material from one place to another place over a stationary structure. Hence, conveying equipment are those which carry material in a continuous stream with its distinct features such as endless chain or belt. So the chain and belt are called as the conveying equipment. So conveying can be done horizontally, it can be done vertically or maybe inclined. So while the equipment does the horizontal conveying is called as conveyor, and when it is vertical it is called as elevator. Okay. So these conveyors are mainly used in mining, in construction projects, and in some other industries. So in construction industries, conveyors are mainly used for concreting purpose, and the various advantages of these conveyors are. What are the advantages of using conveyors? So various advantages, that is it increase the output. Next, it facilitates continuity in operation. It results in time saving, and there are no waiting period. These are the various advantages of the conveyors. Okay, so now what are the different types of conveyor, or some popular conveyors are as follows. The first one is a belt conveyor. Next one is screw conveyor. Next, bucket conveyor. Next, aerial transport. So belt conveyor, which are used when the large quantity of materials have to be conveyed over a long distance at a fast speed. It consists of a belt running over a pair of endless drum or pulley and supported at regular interval by a series of rollers called ideas. Okay. These rollers are supported on a conveyor frame. The middle sack provided in the belt prevent the spilling of material. Generally, rubber is most commonly used as a conveyor belt. So the advantages of belt conveyor, you can see this is what the belt conveyor, which is the most popular conveying machinery, and this is used when the large quantity of material have to be conveyed over a long distance at a fast speed. So it is the simplest form of conveyor belt, consists of the belt running over a pair of end drum or pulleys supported at regular interval by a series of rollers. Okay, so what are the advantages of this belt conveyor? So these are some advantages of belt conveyor. So it can handle light as well as heavy material, dry or wet, fine or coarse material. It can be designed to convey several thousand tons of material per hour and for distances of several kilometers. It can carry material horizontally or inclined. It is lighter in weight than other conveyors, and it gives controlled discharge of material, and discharge can be controlled by speed of the belt. These are some of the various advantages of the belt conveyor. The next one is the screw conveyor. So the screw conveyor, this type of conveyor is widely used for handling granular or pulverized material. The quality of material convey is the quantity of material convey is less as compared to the belt conveyor, but at the same time, the time and cost is also less. So screw conveyor consists of a helix mounted on, you can see, this is what a screw conveyor. So screw conveyor consists of a helix mounted on a bearing at the end and at the intermediate points and is driven by a motor from the one end. You can see is the bearing, temperature sensor, then level detector, then rotating sensor and blockage detector using inductor. Okay. So this screw conveyor consists of a helix which mounted on a bearing at the end and intermediate points and is driven by a motor from one end. The material enters through one end and is carried to the other end by screwing by action of helix, that is screwing action of helix. The length of the conveyor is about 65 meter with an inclination up to maximum of 35 degree. Okay. So this is what the screw conveyor and the working of screw conveyor. The next one is a bucket conveyor. So this is what the bucket conveyor. Okay, so bucket conveyor in a shape of V, which are open at the top. They may be feeder loaded or may drag in a rough to load. These conveyors can be used for both horizontal and vertical movement or along the incline. The length of this type of conveyors are generally limited to 25 meter due to weight of the conveyor and strength of the chain. This type of conveyor is mainly used in coal handling where the bucket elevators carry the material vertically. So this is this is the bucket conveyor. And the last one is the aerial transport. So aerial transport through the cableways, to the ropeways, and often used in advantages for the transportation of material in hilly region. So that's why reducing the distance of transportation as well as reducing the cost of the transportation. Okay, a cableways is a single span system where the load is capable of being raised or lowered at any point of the traverse, whereas the ropeway is an extended cableways with a two or more span. Now this is what the aerial transport. Okay, so the next important equipments and broadly classified, that is aggregate and concrete production equipment. Okay, so the concrete is the basic requirement for any construction. So the concrete needs cement, sand and aggregate. So cement is manufactured in a factory and which is available in the market. And sand can be obtained from the riverbank or other natural sources. However, the aggregate has to be produced at the site. If the quantity needed is very large, therefore in any project where the concrete requirement is very high, an aggregate preparation and processing plant is essential to complete the concreting operations. So aggregate production consists of two stages, so recovery and processing. So basic material such as stone is recovered from the rock quarry or from the river bed and processing is done, which consists of the crushing, grading, washing and stockpiling of aggregate. So these are the various operations which can be carried out at the aggregate production equipment or at the aggregate production plant. Okay, so that is called a stone crushing plant. So this aggregate production equipment, the crushers are mainly used to reduce the size of the large stone or rock to smaller uniform size aggregate required for the concrete mix. So crushing of aggregate consists of a pressure, then impact, then attrition and a combination of these all operation. So the aggregate in aggregate production, crushers are usually classified into primary crusher, then secondary crusher and the tertiary crusher. The primary crusher, the size of the raw boulders to relatively small size, that is primary crusher reduce the size of raw boulders or relatively small size which are usually non-uniform in size. Then the secondary crusher that crush the boulder where it crush into the finer and more uniform product. And finally the tertiary crusher provided third degree size reduction and used to produce a fine aggregate. Okay, so these crushers are mostly used for production of aggregate and which are classified into different types. The first one is a jaw crusher, next one is directly crusher, next one is cone crusher, next roll crusher, next hammer mill and rod mill and ball mill. Okay, so these are the different types of crushers which are used in production of aggregate. The first one is a jaw crusher. It is one of the primary crusher. It operates by allowing stone to flow into the space between two jaws, one of which is stationary and other is movable, which together consisting the crushing surface. The distance between the two jaws decreases as the stone travels downward under the effect of gravity and ultimately passes through the lower operation. The movable jaw is capable of exerting a pressure sufficient high to crush the hardest rock. The movable jaw is suspended from a shaft mounted on a bearings on a crusher frame. The jaw plates are made of managed steel which can be removed, replaced and reversed. So this is the jaw crusher which is used as a primary crusher. Okay, which having different parts like rotation, flywheel, adjusting wedges and crushing chambers, sizing gap and discharge and feeding of aggregate. The next one is the gyratory crusher. This is the another type of primary crusher. The primary crusher, as you know, the primary crusher is used to reduce the size of the rock boulders into the smaller size. So this is again the Gayatri crusher. It is again primary crusher. This type of crusher comprise a hardened steel head, has a long conical shape with through the shaft suspended in a bearing at the top, and as and an eccentric base connection connected to the gears. Thus, as the cone is rotated, the gap between itself and the volume changes from maximum to minimum for each cycle. The rock is fed into the chamber at the top and is moved downward, crushing is done, finally emerge through the bottom gap. The size of this type of crusher is the size of this type of crusher is the width of receiving opening measured between the concave and the crush shape. Is available in size varying from 20 cm to 200 cm. This is what the gyratory crusher with the different parts. The next one is a cone crusher. So cone crusher are used as a secondary or the tertiary crusher. That is the conversion of non-uniform and small size of aggregate into the finer one and more uniform product, or tertiary, which produce the third degree size reduction, that is the fine aggregate. So cone crusher is act as secondary or tertiary crusher, and these crusher are capable of producing large quantities of uniform fine crushed stone, and it has a shorter cone with smaller inlet and outlet opening as compared to the gyratory crusher. So in this type of crusher, cone crusher, you can see this is what is cone-like structure, and aggregate is fed from the top, and due to the crushing chamber, cone which is going to be crushed, and you get a discharge at the bottom. That is the different parts of the cone crusher: main shaft adjusting through, feeding of aggregate, then crushing chamber that is cone, then sizing gap, and discharge and eccentric rotation. So in this type of crusher, the magnet steel conical head is mounted on a vertical shaft which serve as one of the crushing surface. The other surface is the concave, which is attached to the upper part of the crusher frame, and the bottom of the shaft is set is an eccentric crushing to produce a gyratory effect as the shaft rotates. This is the cone crusher, which is used for more uniform aggregate. Next one is the roll crusher. So roll crusher are also one of the secondary or tertiary crusher. This crusher consists of a heavy cast iron frame equipped with two counter-rotating rollers mounted on a separate horizontal shaft. The crushed rocks from the primary crusher is fed through the gap between the two rollers for crushing further. Usually, one roller has a fixed axis while the other can be adjusted to give the required setting. The crusher is compact, lightweight, and low in cost. So these are some of the advantages of roller crusher. So you can see this is the roller crusher where aggregate is allowed in between two wheels and which can be crushed into the finer size. Okay, so the next one is the hammer mill. So hammer mill is one of the impact crusher mostly used in primary and secondary crusher. It consists of a housing frame, a horizontal shaft extending through the frame, number of frames and hammers attached to the frame, and one more hard steel breaker plates. As the stone is fed to the mill, the hammers, which are driven by a motor, move at high speed and break the stone into pieces and driven them against the hard plate and further reduce their size. This is the hammer mill. You can see this is the hammer mill equipment for concrete production. Aggregate production. And the last one is rod mill and ball mill. These act as a tertiary crusher, which is used for the production of fine aggregate. Okay, a rod mill consists of a circular steel shell. The interior of the shell is lined on the inside with a hard material wearing surface. The shell contains a number of steel rods. The length of this rod is slightly less than the length of the shell. Crushed stone is fed through the inlet and fine aggregate Crushed stone is fed through the inlet. The fine aggregate of size of sand is discharged at the other end. If the rods are replaced by steel balls rod, okay, so whatever that rod which you use in this means, so if the rod are replaced by steel ball to provide the impact required to grind the stone, the crusher is known as the ball mill crusher, and the size of the ball generally used is 50 diameter in size, which is used in ball mill aggregate production equipment. So this is what the ball mill production equipment, where the 50 diameter size balls are used for impact of aggregate and which crush into the fine aggregate size. So this all about the aggregate production equipment which are used for the production of larger size aggregate and finer size aggregate. So different crushers which are used for the production of aggregate, like a jaw crusher as a primary crusher, then cone crusher and gyratory crusher as a cone gyratory crusher, it is again primary crusher. Cone crusher act as a secondary crusher. Roll crusher also act as a secondary crusher, and ball mill is act as a tertiary crusher. So these are the different types of crusher which are used for the production of aggregate.